Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. So we're going to actually do something for the laundry room again today because I noticed when I ruined one of my shirts this weekend, which I usually do, I was out of my stain sticks. So I need to make some more stain sticks, and I figured why not show you guys how easy it is. You're going to notice this is very similar to the dish soap, but we're just not adding the castor oil because we want to try to reduce as many of the residues that are left over, right? So you wouldn't want to make a stain stick that was going to be oil heavy because, well, you're just going to rub a bunch of oils into your clothes and that won't do any good. So this is literally just coconut oil and lye. And if you wanted it scented, you could throw an essential oil in there. Usually I don't scent my stain sticks, but if I was going to do something, I'd probably do like a light lavender or something like that, just to make the container smell good. I would probably, for a batch this big, I'll put the full recipe below, but it's 28 ounces of coconut oil melted, and then it's 10 ounces of distilled water with 5.2 ounces of lye stirred into it. And you're going to wait and let these get close in room temperature again, or not room temperature, but close in temperature again. Usually somewhere between 100 to 120 is a good place to kind of mix things. Another thing to make sure that we take care with this is coconut oil will actually harden faster than any other of your mixtures that you put together. So this is something, if you're going to put it in a big mold like this, you're going to want to look, check it every hour to make sure that you can still kind of move it. Usually around the hour to 2 hour mark, it's ready to go, and you can cut it and make it into what you want. You can also pour it into tubes, but I found like some of those paper tubes for deodorant and stuff, they just don't have the capacity you need to move that coconut bar up through the tube without, breaking your tube or something else. So usually I find it's better to take it and just put it in some of these smaller molds. I also do my lotion bars in these too because I just like the little bumblebees. I think they're cute. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, I have my melted oil. I have my lye. We're going to take our lye and put it into our oil. Very simple. Move that out of the way. And we're just going to take it to trace again. But you don't want to over blend this because if you do, it'll set up pretty quick. Yeah. We're pretty close. Set this on my towel. Move this out of the way. Okay. So all you're going to do is just take them and pour them into the molds. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just making it for yourself. You can do it in the large loaf, and then you can take it and cut it and quarter it and make it whatever fits your hand. I just put it in the molds here because if I do forget it, at least I can still get it out in these silicone molds. As to where if I put it in the big one, you're just not going to, you'll be able to cut through it, but the coconut itself will crumble as you're cutting through it, which won't make it very pretty in the end. Sometimes I get a little heavy-handed on my pour. Until it's thickening as I pour. Okay, so I'm gonna let these set up. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. I'll let these set up and then we'll come back. Like I said, in these molds, because they're so much smaller, it won't take as long, usually about a half hour. So I'm gonna run some errands and then we'll come back. Okay, I got my errands run, everything's set up. So I have pulled a couple of them out for you guys. I've popped them out so you can kind of see. They'll have a kind of a hardness to them once they've fully cured. Like I said, if you're doing it in the big loaf, this would be the point that you would take it out and you would put it like in your soap cutter. If you didn't have a soap cutter, then you could just set it on a piece of parchment paper and cut it how you wanted to cut it. But the cool thing about these is what you'll do, and I usually store mine just in a glass jar in my laundry room. And if you get something on it, grease or whatever, what you're going to do is you're going to wet your fabric, and then you're going to take your bar and you're just kind of running around in the spot. Again, with all things, make sure you test it in a small area on your fabric first. These do really well with cotton, natural fibers, but of course if you use synthetic fibers or anything like that, I don't know, because I don't use them, so I don't know how they would hold up. But they do really well on cotton, so just make sure, well, cotton, linen, just about any of those natural fibers. So just make sure that you try it and test it in a small spot first to see how it will react. But like I said, I mean, they're pretty cool when they come out. And I just keep them over by my laundry room, like I said, and as needed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.